to use the rusted paint from Pinflair. It's a really cracking little product. It will basically make anything from anything like paper to cardboard to acrylic to glass have a rusty look and finish. Right, let's start then. We're going to be using a piece of cardboard for this little demonstration here, just to show you how easy it is to apply. Now, let's just open and you'll see that the rusted paint itself is quite a sort of like a thick consistency. So you need to apply it in a couple of different coats. So let's just go for the first coat. Now the first coat, okay, let's just dab that into the lid there. You just want swirly motion all over your piece of cardboard. Now if you see that it starts to run out, don't worry, just reload the brush and just go in there. So basically what you're after is quite an uneven finish. The more uneven, the more interesting your rust is actually going to look. So we'll just carry on applying that first coat. All over, like I say, swirly motion, or you can drag the brush sideways, entirely up to you. There's no right or wrong way of actually applying this. So let's just go all the way over our piece of cardboard. Now the really great thing about this, you can actually force dry it using a craft heat gun. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And as you can see, you've got that quite rough, uneven finish, and that's exactly what we're after. So we're just going to force dry that with a heat gun. Okay, so that's our base coat finished with. Now we're going to add what is the texture to the rust. So again, you can use your foam brush applicator, and rather than going in a circular motion, we're actually just going to dab the paint, and as you can see, that's when you actually start to get that texture coming up. So again, completely random how you want to actually apply that, like so. Now you can also apply this with a palette knife as well. It does give a slightly different look, so we'll apply that on our next coat. So like I say, just totally random, and keep on pouncing that sponge, and that will give it more texture. Okay, when you finish with your second coat, just make sure, like I say, you've got plenty of texture there. Okay, like so, and again we're just going to force dry that with our heat gun. Two coats, but our base coat and the coat basically is going to give us that little bit of texture. Now we're actually going to use the palette knife. Okay, so we can dip that in, and again we can just go over there, and as you can see, just pounce the palette knife around, again very randomly, and you can go over onto areas that's only got one coat. It's just going to give a little bit more texture, and as you can see, where you've got one coat going over another coat or layer of the paint, you should just get a slightly darker finish. So that's exactly how rust does actually look. So again, just pounce that palette knife all over there just to give yourself a little bit more texture. Now this sort of technique works really well with sort of like MDF cogs and such like, and is especially good for aging just about anything. As I said at the beginning, you know, it's going to work on things like glass and acrylic, so you can really have fun just aging lots of those things around your home. Great for home decor as well. Okay, so just go in there, and like I say, just totally random. And you'll see I'm actually using a metal palette knife. I prefer metal palette knives over plastic ones, purely because, you know, they do bend, and of course because they're metal they're not going to snap, so they do last a lot longer than the plastic variety. So just go in there and just add a little bit of texture, and as you can see, compared to the actual brush, the foam brush that we used just a couple of minutes ago, this does give a completely different type of texture. So again, just go over, and then when you're actually happy with your rust sort of effect, then we can just go in and force dry that. So I'm just going to give it a little bit more texture, just by dabbing or pouncing that palette knife over the surface of the wet paint. Okay, I think we're just about done there, and again just put that aside, and we're going to force dry that. Okay, Right, once we've actually got to that stage, then we just need to add 2 more products actually to the rusted. So the 2 products we actually want to add are from the Pinflair Glitter range. We're actually going to use the Aqua and the copper. So that's your copper and that's your Aqua. Now I always prefer to put the copper down first, followed by the Aqua. So let's just clean the palette knife here. And what I tend to do, I just open up the pot, and rather than take it directly from the pot onto our work, I just put a little bit onto a non-stick craft mat, and then just dab or pounce your palette knife onto that. Okay, you don't want to apply too much, and then basically it's like buttering a piece of bread, just like so. Okay, let's just lightly go over, and you'll hear there basically that glitter paste is just sticking to the raised area of your rustic paint. So that's where the texture comes in really handy, and it's going to give you that real rust type finish. Let's just turn this around, and again make sure there's not too much on the palette knife, and then just drag that over. And apply as much or as little as you like, you know. And then when you're happy, just go into there. And when you're happy with the look, then we can apply the second colour. Okay, so let's just clean our palette knife, close the lid of our copper, and then we're just going to go over to the Aqua. Okay, and again I'm just going to take a little bit out of there, just give it a little bit of a mix. Okay, and just take some out of there, again put it onto your non-stick craft mat, just pounce your palette knife in there, and again just drag it over, just very lightly. Obviously it's going to pick up on the same raised areas as the copper, so if you don't want to obliterate the original colour, just go over a little bit lighter and possibly with less, but like I say, it's entirely up to you. There's no right or wrong for this. So just again pounce it in and just quickly go over the surface. Let's just turn that round. Okay. Just a little bit on the top there. Okay, I think we're just about done there. And if you want, this one's really optional, but you can actually go back, grab some of the rustic paint out of the pot, and again just put that onto your craft mat. Okay, like so. And again, you don't want a lot of it on your palette knife, just pounce that, and then you just go in there and go over some of that, and it's just going to add a little bit more depth. Like I say, don't go over the top when you apply this coat. You're just basically wanting to just cover up just a little bit of the glitter paste. You don't want to completely obliterate it. It's just going to help give that aged effect to your piece of cardboard. And there we go, before you know it, just after a couple of minutes, we've turned what was a blank piece of cardboard into a real aged piece of cardboard. But obviously, you know, looking at it now, that could well be a piece of metal. I'll show you a couple of other examples what I've made using the rustic paint. Well, here's just a few examples of what you can be creating with the rustic paint from Pinflair. This one is a card for a man, happy birthday card, and as you can see, we've used the rustic paint and the 2 glitters to really great effect there in the background. As I say, you know, with the rustic paint, it does add a lot of interest to your cards. It doesn't only look like rust, it even feels like, and it's got that really, really rough finish to it as well. So really, really great for masking in cards. And here we go, here's one here. As you can see, we put it on a Pinflair easel card, and this one's actually got a little rusty pickup truck there, so it's really, really well suited for that. So as well as actually creating cards like that, you can also do other things with the rustic paint. You can actually stamp with them. We've actually stamped it, and this is actually quite a fine stamp. And then, as opposed to going over with our copper glitter with the palette knife, we've actually stamped with the glitter, so you can see the rustic paint there is in the background and the copper glitter is on the top. So you can get really, really creative with that. Here's another one that we've actually stamped using the rustic paint just on its own, and basically before it's actually dried, we then just go back over with our sponge brush and just drag it down, and it just really, really does give that sort of like rusty old vintage sepia type of finish to the design. And here's just one last one here. Again, a really, really simple little design, and we've just created a background using a stamp. And again, before that paint is actually fully dried, we then just drag the same brush you've used for the rustic paint down the design. But just make sure that you don't have too much paint actually on your brush. And that basically wraps it up for the Pinflair rustic paint, along with your two glitter pastes, which are the Aqua and the copper, to give you that fantastic looking effect to basically cardboard, to paper, to glass and to acrylic. So that's Rust It from Pinflair.